Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I do apologize for the lateness. I can't blame anyone else because it's on me. This is a solo show, but obviously, love to my co-host JV, and obviously, love to Harris as well, who has been holding it down in JV's absence. Let me just put this out there. Yeah, there's been no falling out, there's been no breakups. We're all on talking terms. Nobody's been left off bad and bougie in it. So just putting that out there. Big up to you lot in the comments. I like Drizzy Des here says flawless late as always. I'm not always late, but I am trying to work on it still. But as my Don Lewis says, the lateness is greatness. But yes, the ManDem United podcast people, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And we talk all things Manchester United. And as usual with Manchester United, there's a hell of a lot to talk about. We are, for those that remember, Dream Team, man. We are Dream Team, man. We are Hollyoaks FC, man. Like, just always drama surrounding Manchester United Football Club. But before we get into that, I can see here, let's get the numbers up. If you're watching via the Twitter on my Periscope, make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, follow myself, and follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitter also. So vitally important you do that. If you're watching via the Periscope on Twitter, I'm just laughing at one of the comments, which I'm going to get into. If you're watching via the Twitter on the Periscope, make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, and make sure you follow myself at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitter. If you're watching via the Facebook, make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, and make sure you like the Sarcasm City TV Facebook page as well. Please make sure you do that. Vitally important you do that if you are active on Facebook, and of course on YouTube as well. As soon as you land, before you get into the comments, as soon as you click on the video, hit the like button on it. Let's get the numbers up. I could see the likes were up before the show, and I really appreciate that. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it across all your socials. When you click that share button there, all them apps pop up. Twitter pops up. Facebook pops up. Instagram. You can share it to a WhatsApp status. You can share it to a WhatsApp group. I think Snapchat pops up as well. Anything you're active on, please share the video too. Please, much appreciated. And make sure... bless me, and make sure you share it onto your Twitters, onto your Facebooks and Instagrams as well. So yeah, please make sure on YouTube you like the video. Let's get these numbers up and share it, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV and help us to continue to grow. It's road to 3K for Sarcasm City TV, so it's much appreciated. I haven't checked the numbers, but I know we are now we're under 400 subscribers away from 3,000, which is crazy. So love to everybody supporting, big love. And make sure when you subscribe as well, you hit that notification bell, because we literally go live every day. And not only is there's an upcoming, so for those who ask, oh, when's the next show, there's an upcoming live stream section on the channel. So if you just type in Sarcasm City, if you scroll down, you'll see an upcoming live stream section, and that'll tell you where. That will give you a schedule of all the shows. And there's also a past live stream section as well, because sometimes YouTube takes a while to process. So then I figured out there's a past live stream section, so you can click on that, and that is there. And I hope you lot are liking the new thumbnails as well. Salute to my Don Connor G and that. Big up to my guy Connor G, you know what I'm saying, who did all the thumbnails. Well, it was my guy Levs who did all the original thumbnails. And then when you started seeing pictures and stuff on him, that was my guy Connor G. But they were stretched on the YouTube. But now he sent me over the new YouTube pixels and the layout, should I say, in it. So the size is correct. So I hope you lot are liking it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue to help. We're going to continue to make the channel grow and do everything we can to create as much great content for you lot as possible. That's the aim. But yeah, let's get these likes up. I can check now. Let me see how many likes we are on. We are on 16 likes, so much appreciated. Let's get that up to 20 likes, people, and let's share it, man. We got over 20 people watching across all platforms. Let's get that up to 30. Let's get more people in here. I like Daniel here says, get the likes up, people. Facts, get the likes up. Emmanuel saying, big up, guys. Big up to you. Like Drizzy there said, flawless late as always. Not always, but I was late today. My apologies. Bullet M says, yes, flawless. Big up to you, Bullet M. Conrad says, flawless, you were on the pitch. Admit it, I was not on the pitch. Let me just put that out there, people. I was not on the Old Trafford pitch. Let me just put that out there. Kinda Devil says, big up, flawless. Big up to you here watching as always, Kinda Devil. Big up, flawless. And everyone says MBs. Big up to you. NB, I'm going to get into that, why I've titled the video what it is, because NB here has said, nah, it wasn't the United players that done it, so don't know why United should get points deducted. Besides, your fans have tried to be nice before and that didn't work. I'm going to touch on all of that. Don't worry about that. Big up from Chicago. Sports Genius, man. Yeah, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. Thames Baller says, big up my guy. Big up. Zane says, big up my bro. What you telling me? I'm blessed. I hope you're good too, Zane. Hit the like button, share the video, and join the membership. Yes, if you want to become a member of the Sarcasm City TV channel, the link is underneath in the description. Many great perks. So you get the ability to get Sarcasm City merch, be on a choice, be on a guest appearance, one guest appearance a month on a show of your choice, one guest appearance per month on a Q&A, shout out to the start of certain shows, plus more. Many great perks. You got 3 levels. You got Sarcasm Citizen, Sarcasm City Soldier, and Sarcasm City General. So check him out. And if you can't support by the member, how you can support is just by liking and subscribing. That's all you can do. Just like the video and subscribe, and you can do that. Kind of Devil says, can we stop every home game for the rest of the season? We're going to get into that. Big up Daniel, who is also a member, who says, big up everyone. Also, blue is the color. The color is red. But yeah, it is what it is. Salute to my peoples. Mimi, love to you each and every time. Mimi, you already know. She says, fans of smaller clubs haven't done wrong and still get their clubs dot points. Keep the same energy, please. We're going to get into that. Thames Baller here saying like and subscribe. Big up my Don Redman, aka Flawless. His lifetime achievement is getting more minutes than Donny on that Old Trafford pitch. I just want to say, I scored at Old Trafford before Salah, Firmino, and Mane in it. I got more goals combined at Old Trafford than Liverpool's great front three in it. So put respect on my name. That's all I'm saying in it. I did it, but they couldn't. I did it in one appearance. How many appearances in total of them, man, and how many minutes in it? I did a quick goal and assist in it on the Old Trafford pitch. Something Salah, Mane, and Firmino can't do, but we move. MB says, it's not fair on the players, but the club they represent have been disgraceful, double-edged sword. Yeah, man, there's so many layers to this. So many layers to this. I'm just letting the numbers get up before I really get into it. So continue the numbers. We have got over 30 people watching across all platforms. Now let's get that up to 40. Have we hit 20 likes as well? Yes, we have over hit 20 likes. So let's get to 30 likes now. When's the meet and greet? Are you talking about the meet and greet? What? Like if you see me out and about, whether it be at Old Trafford or just in Manchester or anywhere else, if you approach me and say, bless, it's calming. I'm not famous like that to be doing meets and greets. Flawless, we're playing Jose on Thursday. He's the new Roma manager. No, he don't take over till the end of the season, though. He's not taking over. Umar Chowdhury says, yes, my brother. Big up to you, Umar. Big up to you. MB says, Flawless on full knee slide mode in Old Trafford. You lot jokers. Flawless, I seen you putting in crosses to Norridon at the back post. Yeah, man. Of course, Norridon, I told him get back post, man. The big man, get me. You got to put it in the mixer. Umar says, Flawless the GOAT. Much appreciated. Love for that. Me, Tesh is Flawless. Big up for continuing to go to the protest, bro. Of course, man. I'm going to be at every protest I possibly can be. I'm hearing there's going to be another one on the 15th or 16th of May. But I'm going to continue to go to all of the ones I can because it's Glazers out in it. That's the move. That's the motive right now. Yes, I don't rate the manager, and the certain players I don't rate, but it's bigger than the manager and the players. We need to get these Glazers out. And this is the most united, no pun intended, we've been. So we need to continue to put pressure on. We need to continue to put pressure on these, man, and like continue to do what we're doing. Because we out here doing bits, man, applying pressure. Edward with the weasel, or as JV called him, the triple weasel. You get me, resigned. So that's one. Let's keep, and I can't stand it. Let's keep this going. Zeno says, big up my guy, Flawless. Big up to you. Samuel says, Flawless docking Manchester United points and losing to Arsenal in the Europa League final would hit the Glazers in the pockets. That's facts. LOL, Joker, man said more than a frame from 3 facts. How many goals have Mane, Salah, and Firmino got at Old Trafford combined? How many goals has Flawless got by himself at Old Trafford? Get me? I got 1. They have 0 in it. I outscored, and I've only made 1 appearance. The man have made multiple appearances than that. How many minutes that man played? Flawless, one funny guy. He said, I've not been on this 2 minutes later. I got more goals than Salah, Firmino, and Mane at Old Trafford. Yeah, man, agenda's half a agenda in it. Agenda's half a agenda. Big facts. Zeno says, they only wanted to deduct points when it hits their pockets, but when they do F all, when it's racism. Yeah, we're going to get into all that as well. Soto says, I'm fine with it. It's bigger than the top 4. If we get Glazers out, it's worth it. As much as it pays me to admit it, I agree with that. You're right. It is. Yeah, facts. It is. Just get into more of the comments before we get into it. So yeah, you lot continue to get any questions in. Please keep the questions Manchester United related, because this is the ManDem United podcast, which is a Manchester United show. Like I said, salute to my host JV, who can't make it on today, and salute to my guy Harris, who's been holding it down in JV's absence. But yeah, as you can see, people, from the title of the video, which is, should United be docked points for the protest, the European Super League, or both? So I'll start with, should United be docked points for the protest? In my opinion, no. Stroh was telling me this yesterday, how I think it's in the rules, if fans get a game postponed and locked off, then the other team is awarded the 3 points. Whether that's the case or not, do I believe the protest warrant that? No, I definitely not. I don't think United should be. If the police want to arrest the people who broke into the stadium, cool, I understand that, because what they did was criminal. Even though I'm not against what they did, let me put that out there. Like, people have had enough. The only thing I didn't like about the protest was, one, people shouldn't be physically hurt, and two, the Sky camera that got smashed, because the Sky cameras is nothing to do with it. And I'm not encouraging people to break into the stadium. All I'm saying is, I understand. And at every protest, it doesn't matter if you're protesting football, it doesn't matter if it's politics, it's animal rights. Any protest where there's that amount of people, I'm hearing there was 10,000 people there, you're going to get people, as Jamie Carragher called him, the village idiot. So, and you shouldn't throw flares as well. That's another thing. They shouldn't have thrown flares up. What Graham Souness, the way he tried to take away from that is ridiculous, because this is a guy who's incited riots before. For those that don't know, I think he was at for those that don't know, in Turkey, Galatasaray and Fenerbahce is a hostile rivalry, like hostile. And he went onto the Fenerbahce pitch and planted the Galatasaray flag, or vice versa. That incited riots. You know what I'm saying? And that's inciting violence. That's encouraging violence. People would have got punched up that day. But I like how man want to change and suits them, because now it's the English game and it's United Liverpool. But when you was doing that, it was okay. But again, zero violence. Nobody should be physically harmed. I'm totally against that. And no cameras or anything should be smashed up, and nobody should be throwing flares. But again, I understand why people broke into the stadium. I get it. I get why people broke, because people have had enough. These Glazers have been taking liberties for 16 years now, since 2005. It's now 2021. So I'm all for, Nuruddin called it on the Straight Jacket podcast yesterday, civil disobedience. I'm with it. Cause disruption. Cause these man issues. And when I say these man, I'm specifically talking about the Glazers. Hit their pockets. The fact that Manchester United fans got the biggest game in English football postponed is a marker. It sends a message loud and clear. You might not like how the message was delivered. Cool with that. I have no qualms if you having issues with it, but they got the message. For those who are like, oh, the Glazers didn't know a game was on, United were playing Liverpool, they know now. They are fully aware now. That can't be ignored, because not only has it affected their pockets, it got postponed off Sky, and then United will have global rights as well. So there would have been global rights for that to be shown all across Europe, in Africa, in Asia, all the deals that Manchester United have. And it's also terrible for the sponsors as well, because if you're a sponsor of Manchester United, or you're looking at sponsoring Manchester United, you don't want your brand associated with that type of thing. So that's why I'm glad it happened, and we need to continue to protest. We can't stop. And if you can't get to protest, I say this all the time, just hashtag Glazers out on your social media. Any social media on hashtag Glazers out, and I know All for United, they did the virtual protest, so you can lock in there live as well. Other people went live. I went live on my Instagram. I seen Flex from the United stand. He was going live on his Instagram. Adam Matic was there. I'm there with Nuruddin. People are going live. So do I believe United should be docked points for that? No. I don't think we should be docked points for that. No. Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah, there's always fake accounts and that. There we go. And that's not even a picture of me. They got Monstar. Shout out to Monstar, though. You know what I'm saying? And salute to the mods on job. You know what I'm saying? That's not even me. You know what I'm saying? And that. Man ain't even got the right guy. But salute to my guy, Monstar. You get me? CFC. Make sure you subscribe to Monstar's channel and that. Look at all these people with old pictures and that. But big up. Let me get to some more of the comments. Give me your thoughts, people. Specifically, what I'm asking you lot in the comments right now is, should United be docked points for getting the game postponed, breaking into the stadium, etc., etc.? What's your thoughts? And Daniel We're gonna get onto that Pogba comment later in it. So please put the comments afterwards, anything like that. A big up to you lot for blocking. NB says, Flawless, you're pretty much in the final. So now Oli has got past that hurdle. Do you think it will give him and United more confidence going into the final? Nah, I don't think so. Souness seems like the type of person that will get exposed to some madness when he leaves Sky. Souness needs to allow his unhealthy agenda. He is against Pogba the prick, and he tried to make it all about him as usual. Where was that energy when Liverpool fans were dashing shit at Madrid's bus? Exactly, man. It's when it suits him and that, but everyone can see it a mile off. Everyone can see it. Funny if they would take points off for this, but not the European Super League drama. And that's my whole point, is why I titled that this, because I was very vocal about that. Yes, Flawless, they should. Doggy Style FC bashed in the back door. Bad man behavior. You're a full-on fool, You're a full-on fool. That's all I got to say about that. You trying to turn ManDem United into an episode of Sarcasm City, innit? That's what it is. Mitesh is saying, don't dock them points. Just ignore the fake accounts, people. The mods will be on job and block him, and then we keep it moving. And that's what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen. How many likes are we on as well? I'm just checking there. We're on 23 likes. Please get the likes up. But yeah, I don't think, I'm in agreement with you as well, Daniel. No, we shouldn't be removed points, in my opinion. No, we shouldn't be. United getting dock points won't do anything to take their TV money for the season. Kate is saying, bless up, bro. Big up to you. I'm still not over Jermaine Genius's comments, and now no points deduction. Glad Gary Neville is still making his voice heard. What exactly did Jermaine Genius say? Please put the quotes in the comments, because I pay him no attention whatsoever. So please please put his comments in, put his quotes in the comments, please. Thank you very much. Where was I up to? So yeah, regarding it, no, United shouldn't be docked points. Any questions you lot have for me for the protest, feel free to ask me as well. But should we be docked points for getting the game postponed? No. Because these lot have been taking liberties for time. There's a reason there was 10,000 people out there on Sunday. There's a reason the week before there's 3,000 people out there. There's a reason why there's plans for more protests on the 15th or 16th of May. There's a reason Glazers Out, which has been trending when Manchester United haven't even got a game that day. It's because people have had enough and they've been taking liberties. And not only have they been taking liberties from a sporting perspective with the European Super League, morally that was wrong, and the manner in which they tried to do it and the timing and the execution of it was all absolutely disgusting, and we've had enough. And I'm gonna continue to drive Glazers out until we get them out. Doc, was enough points to get out of Europe, hurt the income, hurt the Glazers. I hear what you're saying, man. If we get every home game postponed, they can't keep deducting points. They'll have to sort the problem out. Then eventually, if we kept doing that, they would just get police involved in it that we can't get by the stadium. They just have a barrier of police around it, because police were there on Sunday, but there wasn't like hundreds of police. That's what it is. Malcolm says, big up the ManDem, big up to you. Because I know we will pull off something in our protest on Thursday against Villarreal. We might pull off something what United did. And if Arsenal do, salute to you lot. Because like us, you lot have had enough. And I understand. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm cranky out. Because these men tried to take liberties. What they tried to do with that European Super League, I'm still hot about now. Because people are talking about, oh, they got the game postponed. They were trying to take United Liverpool away from Old Trafford. They were trying to take Liverpool versus United away from Anfield. They were trying to take away the Merseyside derby. They were trying to take the Manchester derby out of Manchester. They were trying to take the North London derby out of North London. They're trying to take all the London derbies with Chelsea, Arsenal, and Spurs out of London. And then not only were they doing that wrong from a sporting perspective, like I said, morally it's wrong as well. Ridiculous. So do I believe United should be docked points for getting a game postponed, breaking into the stadium? Absolutely not. No, that's just my opinion on it. No, they shouldn't. Taking points will be on the players and managers. It won't hurt the board, but if they take enough points to put us like bottom half, I love that, because it will hurt the Glazers' pockets. I hear what you're saying there, Daniel. Glazers out, Cronky out, get all of them out. Yeah, it's come to that point, definitely. It's at that point where we're like, fuck them. Pretty much so. Excuse my language, but that's pretty much what it is. Now on to, should we be docked points for the European Super League? And because the protests have gone on and we've got the biggest game in England postponed, that's kind of been swept under the rug. And I'm not having that. I'm not eating that. Like, no. We should be docked points for that. And that's not just Manchester United, that's Chelsea, that's Liverpool, that's Arsenal, that's Spurs, that's Manchester City. We should all be docked points, even if it's not this season. I said we need to be punished for what we did. It might. If it was up to me, I'm relegating all 6 teams to League 2. And here's why. To set an example. You have to make an example. People don't understand what they try to do with this European Super League, and it's kind of been forgotten. The big 6 would have been okay. But what about the other 14 teams in the Premier League? What about all the teams in the Championship? What about all the teams in League 1? What about all the teams in League 2? What about all the teams in the Conference? What about Conference North, Conference South, all the way to grassroots? They try to total that completely. Norwich and Watford have both gained promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. Why are they gassed and their fans are gassed about getting promotion to the Premier League? It's because, one, they get to play against all the big teams. So you get to go to Old Trafford, Anfield, the Etihad, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Stamford Bridge. You get what I'm saying in that? You get to go to all of these grounds. And also, it's a great money spinner for these teams as well. Great money spinner for these teams. They get the parachute payment, well, not the parachute payments. They get the TV money. They're on TV more. And then that's how you can raise up as a club. That's what you can do. Like, for instance, you don't get no Wolves situation with the European Super League. You don't get what Leeds have done this season. You don't get Leicester, what happened with them winning the Premier League. Because people seem to forget that the European Super League, when it was announced, that they stated that certain teams can qualify via their domestic positions. But you're having issues with the governing bodies of these domestic leagues. So how are you going to say, for instance, all right, if you finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th and you're not already in the European Super League, you get into it, but you're having issues with the FA. So then what happens? And you just want to totally get rid of the Champions League. And I'm not pro UEFA or FIFA. They're corrupt too. Let's not forget that. They're corrupt. But what they tried to do with the European Super League was absolutely despicable. And that goes down, like I mentioned, Norwich and Watford. But what about the teams fighting from, I'm not sure who got promoted from League 1 up until the Championship, what that can do for them. That's how you elevate as a club. That money could elevate. You never know. Norwich or Watford could come up into the Premier League, get that money and do an absolute madness. Do an absolute, and when I say a madness, say finish in the top 7 or finish in the top 10. Like, look what Leeds have done. You have the European Super League. That doesn't happen because it makes it lessens the competition and it takes the competitive edge off the Premier League. Because for the 6 teams in it, because their plan was, which was stupid, right? We're going to do the European Super League, but you lot can stay in the Premier League. So for the 6 teams in it, if you're not going to win the Premier League, you might as well not try and just focus all on the European Super League. So that's every team outside of Manchester City. So Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, we got nothing to play for. Why are we playing our best ballers in this competition? The reason why United fans are happy about United being second because it guarantees Champions League football. Liverpool, Spurs, well, Arsenal are out of the situation, but Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea are all chasing top 4. Why are they all looking to get into the top 4 to make sure they have Champions League football next season? Why do they want Champions League football next season? Because not only is it the best club competition and you're facing the best, it makes it easier for you to attract better players and it brings you more money in as well. And it's like this was lost on it. So all teams should. So yes, all teams, to me, including my own Manchester United, I said they should be docked points or should be punished heavily. Yeah, we should be relegated and docked points because that was another thing. People were like, oh, if you put the big 6 in the Championship or League 2, it's unfair on the League 2 sides or the Championship sides, etc., etc. But what I will say to that is that's why they should be docked points, and then it makes it a little bit more of a level playing field. And we owe them clubs what we tried to do to every team in League 2, League 1, the Championship. So you got to think, if you put United in the Championship, that's 10 big money spinners, especially, I'll just say 5. 6. Them 6 home games against United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs is a massive money spinners. Massive money spinners for them teams down there. How many times have we seen a big team get drew away to a team down the footballing pyramid, and that's been a money spinner for, like, Cheltenham, for instance. That's why Manchester City, I always forget exactly what they did, but they basically gave money to Cheltenham. That could keep Cheltenham afloat for the next year, the next 2 years, the next 3 years. That could pay their wage bill for the next year. That could get them an improvement on the ground. That could get them a player that then gets them promoted. That type of thing. That's what that is. Let me get to some of the comments, people. If I do miss your comments, I apologize. Flawless bigging up my club. I see you. Yeah, it's only right because what they tried to do to Watford and all other clubs was terrible, despicable. I want relegation, but people think it's harsh. The only people that think it's hard, Bullet M, the thing is with that, the only people that think it's harsh is people who are supporters of the top six club. The same way, the only people who were pro Super League were people who were supporters of the top six, because we'd be okay. I could easily sit on here when the European Super League was announced and been like, fuck all the rest of the teams, my team will be all right. But that's not the way to, you got to have a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? You can't just shit on everybody else just because your team's okay. Like that's no way to move. We should all start from minus 10 points next season. Something like that. Yeah, for the Super League. I think the Super League is worse than getting the game postponed. That's why I'm so adamant about it. Let me just get to that. And you lot get the likes up, please, as well. Kind of Devil saying they deserve to be relegated to League 2, but that could mean the Premier League will lose thousands of fans. So, but here's the thing, though, Kind of Devil. So be it. Because if the European Super League would have came in, it would have lost thousands of fans. So that's why I'm like, it is what it is. The Premier League got to take a hit. And it wouldn't take a hit because new stars would be born. Now we're having completely new rivalries. If you take out the top six, we could have Villa, Everton, Leicester, and West Ham all fighting for the league. That's going to be interesting to watch. There's new stories, there's new rivalries in that. The Premier League will be okay. Arsenal are terrible right now. Spurs haven't won a trophy in however long. Manchester United haven't won a major trophy in however long. The Premier League is still okay. So we can't, just because, yes, the Premier League would take a hit, doesn't mean we can allow the big six to do what they want. You can't do that, because then this type of idea will come again. This is why you need to make an example of them now so they don't try this bullshit again. Davante says, Leeds, Leicester, Wolves all effectively bought their way up the pyramid. Super League is terrible and has been eradicated. Now let's look internally. I hear what you're saying. I hear you, Davante. I hear you. Let me get to this. You lot talking to, I love how you lot be having conversations with yourselves as well, which is great. But yeah, my thoughts on it is, yeah, we should be docked points for the European Super League, and let's not forget that. But I didn't like how Gary Neville was kind of trying to make out that the protest was about the European Super League. No, the European Super League sparked it. That's what happened. The European Super League was the final straw, and you didn't have any straws. We already hated the Glazers. I keep using this example and I will continue. It's like being at your workplace. You and someone don't get on. It's well known. You know you don't get on. They know you don't get on. Everybody in the office knows you don't get on. And then you go to the fridge and they're eating your food, using your milk for teas. You know what I'm saying? And that. Grabbing paper off your desk, coming using your pen, taking your headset, all types of shit. And it's like, I already don't like you. And now you're just antagonizing me even further. The Glazers had no straws to begin with, and that was the final one. That's what sparked this greed in it, and it serves them damn right, and I'm glad it happened. So yeah, I'm glad the protest happened on Sunday. I'm glad the protest happened the week before. I'm glad that there's more protests happening. I'm glad they're getting all this bad publicity. I'm glad Manchester United as a football club are getting bad publicity. I'm glad United got the biggest game in the country postponed. Happy about this. I'm happy Arsenal fans protested, Chelsea fans protested, Liverpool and Leeds fans protested. I'm glad Jamie Carragher stuck it on Souness on Monday Night Football yesterday. Happy about that, saying it's lazy punditry, which it is. Do your due diligence in it. If you're being paid that amount of money to do a job on Sky, do your due diligence and do your research. I can come on here and get stuff wrong. You know why? Because this is Sarcasm City TV. And one, we already state that we don't know all the facts. Two, it's called Sarcasm City TV. And three, I'm not paid a ton load of money to do this and that. So I still try and come on here and spit facts and never mislead you. But they have much more of a duty, because you're going out to millions worldwide. We ain't going out to millions. That's the plan, no? But we're not going out to millions. So understand, do your research. How are you in football and don't understand why Manchester United fans are protesting? Like that idiot Souness said, they weren't protesting when Glazers was here. Yo, I've had my green and gold scarf since like 2010, 2010. Let me put that in a time machine, people. In the year 2010, United were winning their third Premier League title and won the Champions League. But yet we were protesting. There's pictures of Fergie at Old Trafford managing, and there's green and gold banners all around. When we played AC Milan, you see Beckham grab one and walk off the pitch and put it over his neck. So please do your due diligence. And that's not just him. That's not just Souness. That's other people on social media. Yeah, I see people trolling. I think they're slightly trolling, but understand why this is going on. It's not for no reason. It's not for no reason. It's not just because, it's not just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not just because we had a bad summer. We've been having bad summers for the longest. We got rid of our best player, one of the best players in the world, in Cristiano Ronaldo, and signed Valencia, Obertan, and Michael Owen. That's what it is. Liverpool Addiction said, it's hard to punish the clubs without punishing the fans. Big up to you, because I've not seen you here before, so big up to you. That is tough, but the clubs have to be held accountable at the end of the day. The clubs have to be held accountable. So that's why, for me, the question is, and you lot can answer in the questions as well, should United be docked points for the protest, the European Super League, neither or both? For me, not for the protest, but yes for the European Super League. Glazers didn't even know what offside was. No surprise. Man Mozo says, thanks to you lot for protesting on the ground. Us who are in Europe feel like we can't help, but you can help. You know how you can help, like being here. That's one way you can help. Two, I'm presuming you're on social media as well, Muzo. So just hashtag Glazers out. Continue to spread the word. Continue to put pressure on these men. Continue to trend. Unfollow Manchester United across all social media platforms. So no Twitter, no Facebook, no Instagram. If you have MUF TV, unsubscribe from that, cancel that. Don't buy the merch as well. Boycott the merch as well. Do not buy any of the merch. Yes, I know I have a shirt behind me. I bought that a couple of years back. Don't buy any of the merch in it. Nothing. No shirts, no shirt releases. Don't interact with them on Twitter. Nothing like that. I heard our new sponsor, TeamViewer. I heard that. Yes, viral. Yes, stop buying the merch. Big facts. Don't buy any more merch. That TeamViewer, their Twitter was going crazy, and I love to hear that. Devante says, how much do you hold Fergie accountable for all this? Example, racehorse incident, no value in the market. They are good owners. The only thing because he's done so many good things, the only thing I hold him accountable for is, should he have sold? Yeah, the horse thing, no, and giving the job to Moyes. You shouldn't give the job to Moyes. Shouldn't have. Yeah, that's what it is. It was giving the job to Moyes, and he was still being successful. And yes, I heard people mention out, oh, if United was successful, there'd be less protest and less anger. Of course there would be. But again, when United were successful, we were still protesting. FC JV made this point. Fans were so mad about the Glazers that they formed their own club, for those that don't know. FC United, people. Go Google that. FC United. That was formed by supporters because they knew this was coming. MB says, had to get my family to stop buying the Arsenal merch. Baffled at first, but when I explained to them about our owner, they understood and haven't bought me any since. Yeah, man. Love to see it. Yeah, Adidas already complaining 1.9 million sales in 2019 compared to 1.8 in 2020. Let's continue to drive that down. Let's continue to drive that down. Do not buy the merch. So, yeah, Mozo, if you're saying you can help, obviously I know you prefer to be at the ground, but if you're not in Europe or you can't get here, that's how you do it. Cancel all the merch. Cause as much disruption on social media as possible. Hashtag Glazers out. Zano says, yes, Flawless, big up to you. Big up to Barca Media. How many likes are we on as well? We are on 34 likes and we have over 50 people watching across all platforms. So let's get the likes up. Let's get us to 40 likes, people, and subscribe to the channel. I want new subscribers because I know some of you lot are new. So please hit the subscribe button if you are new. Go to games but chant negativity instead. I'm with that. And do a walkout like 70 minutes, 80 minutes. Just cause disruption, but no physical violence. But yes, no flares, but cause disruption. Do you think a sheikh can buy United? Yes. Viral saying, also unsubscribe from MUF TV and don't get the memberships. Yeah, don't get the membership. Sign up to Sarcasm City TV membership. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Ours is much cheaper, one. And two, you know we're actually going to invest in Sarcasm City TV and try and bring you the best content possible. It's tough, but we must do it for our club. Oh, yeah, let's get to this. Daniel says, Pogba would be open to staying and potentially signing a new contract at MUFC if the contract was good enough and came up to certain standards. MUFC haven't actually come to Pogba with a contract offer. Where are them quotes from? Please let me know. Please let me know where they're from. I'm not saying you're lying. I just want to know where they've come from. Bullet M says, that Adidas number will drop drastically this year if we stay on course. Yes, that's what we have to do. Boycott the merch, man. Boycott the merch. If I do miss your question, I do apologize also. Today having a look. And big up to you lot in the comments, man. Just having a look here. What are your thoughts on Mourinho getting the Roma job? It's kind of tied into Manchester United because he's an ex. He's a what's it called? He's an ex-Manchester United player. Surprised, considering that he had just signed a deal with TalkSport. I thought he'd be on TalkSport and then go into international management. I don't think club football suits him. And the fact that he's gone. I'm trying to weigh this up. The fact that he's gone from Spurs to Roma tells you how far he's fallen. And that is that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to Spurs or Roma, but you're talking one of the greatest managers of the earlier generations. And now he's managing Roma and he's managing Spurs. He's done. And it's, even though I hate what he did to my club, it's still sad to see from just a fan of greatness, because he was great. He was great. And he's no longer great. I always use the example of a boxer who boxed on too long. In his prime, he was phenomenal. But now he's just taking punches and taking fights that he shouldn't be taking and getting beat by people he shouldn't be getting beat by. So that's what I would say. Kendall says, big up, Flawless. Big up to you, Kendall. If you boycott merch, Adidas already paying you 700 million over 10 years. It just means they won't renew afterwards, which is good then. If they don't renew afterwards and we cost Adidas, even if it's 10 years down the line, I'm with that. Big up the Nail Post podcast as well. He said, big up, Flawless, be a joke if you get points deduction, but your club should get one too. But yeah, if we got one, so be it. Big up to the Nail Post podcast. I was on there. Myself and Yan City were both guests on there, so make sure you check him out. Great podcast. Just unfortunate that they're Liverpool fans, but Irish Donnies, mad cool. Make sure you subscribe to the Nail Post podcast, and the video will be out this week. I'm not sure when. I'm sure they'll say in the comments though. I'm sure they'll say. Italian football could suit Mourinho though. You're right. I think it's of convenience. We played Roma. They're awful. Okay, here's interesting. Would you say the fact Ancelotti going from Napoli to Everton also shows how much he's fallen? No, because he's not had a bad job. It's completely different. He chose to go to Everton. He could get any big job he wanted. He could get AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, any big team in Italy, any big team in this country, any big team. If he threw his hat into the ring for Bayern Munich, they would consider him, even though he's already been there. Like, that's Carlo Ancelotti. So yeah, he's definitely not fallen. He chose to go and work on a project. He's not had a bad job. Mourinho's failed. He failed at Spurs. He failed at Chelsea. He failed at Manchester United. So his last three jobs, Spurs, United, Chelsea. He failed at his last three jobs. The fans wanted him out. Even if it was mutual agreement, he was sacked. So let me just say that again. Mourinho's last three jobs was Spurs, Manchester United, Chelsea. He failed at all three. He was sacked from all three, whereas Ancelotti's gone into there with a plan. He's done everything. Ancelotti's been managing at the top level as long as you've been alive, Devante. And I'm not sure of your age, but I know you're younger than me. I'm guessing you're like 20s. So definitely not. Flawless, just to get the Glazers out, would you take an exit at the Europa League plus top four? I'm saying if Arsenal was in that predicament, I would do it too. This is bigger than football right now. Yes, it is bigger than football. I never wish my team to do bad, so I wouldn't go that far. But that is the gold lining if that did happen. So if United dropped out of top four or didn't get into the Champions League and was making less money and they sold, yes, I would take that hit. But I would never want Manchester United to do bad. In my heart of hearts, I can't do that. But that's what it is. I done the Nail Post podcast saying out Friday, guys. We're sick again. Thanks for popping on. Premier League team of the season. Yeah, we're doing a team of the season. So yeah, the Nail Post podcast. Make sure you go subscribe to them. Just type it in YouTube, the Nail Post podcast. Like I said, myself and Yan City was on there. So hit the subscribe button and look out for that video on Friday. I don't like Ancelotti's football at Everton. I believe he needs better coaches. No, he needs better players. Look at what he's doing at Everton. He's gone in there and it's a project. They're 8th in the league, where they should be. Should they have lost some of the games? They shouldn't have. No, but it's a project. Like, people are talking about Arsenal trust the process. No, Everton's a trust the process. Don't people realize what Ancelotti have done? I think people are sleeping on it. Please just go Google that man's name and see what he's won. And then you'll realize why I want him at Manchester United. Emmanuel says, I think the Glazers will not sell their full stake, but see them selling half of their shares to the public. Will that be accepted? As long as they're not in full control. That's what we want. We want them gone completely. But if they weren't in full control and there was someone who had United's footballing interests as their priorities, we would be not accepted, but we'd be much happier. See, that's me. Yeah, you're under 20. All right. So as long as your entire life, Ancelotti's been managing at the highest level. I'll be back in a sec, people. Still, your entire life, then Devante, he's been managing at the highest level. If you're under 20, just go do your research in that. Joe Glazer decides what money is spent. He's very involved with the running of the club. United didn't sign Sancho last summer because of Joe Glazer saying this is how much money we've got. Egypt. That's what Joe Glazer is. All of them Egypts. Can't stand him. Can't stand any one of them. Any further questions you lot got? Get in. Obviously, we're talking Manchester United. Freddie says, big up the ManDem in the chat. Big up to you. To be honest, they ran Ancelotti out of Bayern and Napoli too. Did they? He won at Bayern. Napoli, I'm not too sure on. But I'd still take him at Manchester United in a heartbeat. And there's a reason he went to Everton and did what he did. Like, I'm not hearing no Ancelotti disrespect. There's no way we're disrespecting. Is he the most, I think behind Pep, the most successful manager currently managing? This guy has won trophies everywhere he's been. There's no other manager who's done that. He's won trophies he's won major trophies. So he's won multiple Champions Leagues, which hasn't been done. He's won leagues in Italy. He's won leagues in Spain. He's won leagues in England. He's won leagues in Germany. And I'm probably forgetting one. The major leagues. Did he go to France? I'm not sure if he's been in France. But England, Spain, Italy, Germany. There's no other manager that has that. Don Carlo, one of the all-time greats. Who you taking flawless? Him or Poch if you got a choice? Oh, Don Carlo. If I got a choice between the two of them, yeah, Don Carlo I'm taking. Because he's been there, done that. He's one of the all-time great managers. And he's still great now. Like, you lot are, yeah. I don't know if it's an age thing. I think you lot just don't know about like Ancelotti like that. Pogba on his toughest opponent. To be honest, it's tough against N'Golo Kante. Casemiro's a hard one also. I can't remember. They're the first ones that come into mind. Makes sense to quality holding midfielders. So you're going to struggle against them. Pogba on who he thinks the best, Messi or Ronaldo. There's no best for me. Two different players. They are two players who both bring joy to watch. I would just say they are two legends. That is facts. If Sancho comes, do you think we can actually win the league? No, because I don't think Oli can implement a team. I don't think Oli can implement players in the correct way to win a league title. Ancelotti is cold, but he's just off the pace tactically now. I disagree with that, but I hear you in it. He's going to do bits with Everton. Talk to an Everton fan in it. They just understand that he doesn't have the players currently. They don't have a good squad. Nah. Here's the thing. I don't know about Ancelotti, though, flawless. A bit like Jose. His recent football has been boring. I think he should be doing better. Everton spend millions. Okay, let me ask you a question. Who should Everton be ahead of in the table that they're not? Who do Everton have a squad that they're clear of? But hear what I'm saying. Not better, clear of in the table. Who are they behind that they shouldn't be? Because they're where they're supposed to be. Has he lost games he shouldn't have? Yes. But also, see that's how good Ancelotti is, that you lot expect more from Everton. Because if this is David Moyes with that squad, we're all hailing him and how good he is. But because it's Ancelotti, a different conversation. We was going through this yesterday. So wait, they're clear. Wait. You think they're clear of Leicester and West Ham? Clear. Clear. Hear what I'm saying? They're not clear of Leicester. That's incorrect. How many Everton players get into the Leicester side? James, Digne, maybe. Who else? Yeah, you tripping. They're not. Everton are not clear of Leicester in terms of playing squad. West Ham is a bit closer, but again, not clear. It's not no bear. You know what I'm saying? Richarlison gets in the Leicester side. Ahead of who? Iheanacho, who's got 14 and 14. Ahead of Vardy, ahead of Maddison, ahead of Ndidi, ahead of Tielemans. Leicester have one of the best midfields in the league. With Ndidi and Tielemans, and they will put Maddison in there. That's one of the better midfields in the league. Yes, Everton have Allen, who I rate very high. James, I rate very highly, but then you have Decore next to him, or Tom Davies next to him, or Andre Gomez. Yeah, you lot are wilding in that. Yeah, you lot are wilding. West Ham, I'll give you. That's more, but West Ham, they're not clear of West Ham. Yeah, that's form though, but what I'm saying is there isn't much between Richarlison and Iheanacho. I don't rate Richarlison though, but you lot are wilding in it. It won't be over Maddison. Nah, James gets in. James gets in. Like I said, how many Everton players get into the Leicester side? Let's go through this. Goalkeeper, no. Right back, no. Centre backs, maybe Godfrey. Left back, well, that left back's been playing well. Digne is debatable. I don't think Allen gets in ahead of Ndidi or Tielemans. James gets in. Is Dominic Calvert-Lewin better than Vardy? Debatable. That's my point. Two. West Ham's a bit different. West Ham is a bit different. Nah, forget who's worth. No. Forget who's worth more. What squad is better? So Everton should be fighting for the top 4. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. No, they shouldn't be. No one thought that before the season started. No one was like, yeah, Everton are Champions League contenders. Cut it out. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut it out. Well, I'm all open for opinions, but there's no way Everton should be competing, have a champion. You lot are telling me Everton have a Champions League levels team. You tripping. Zanos, I disagree on that. Everton don't have Leicester's squad. Definitely. Forget depleted and all that, man. Cut it out. Everton's side is not bad. It's not clear of Leicester's. It's not clear of Liverpool's. It's not clear of West Ham's. Stop it. Stop it. Cut it out. Now, Leicester finished 5th and a point off. And you said, form. West Ham are just in great form. Leicester do have a better squad. That's my point. Okay, so Sicko Kiddo, you're breaking my point. How Leicester above Liverpool then? Because Leicester, you could argue, have a better squad than Liverpool. Squad overall. Like, guys, you tell me, Zanos, how many Everton players get into the Leicester lineup? If you say more than 3, you're lying. You're lying in that. I thought Everton were contenders with a top coach. They invested in Alan. Decore is good. Rodriguez is a Galactico. And there's more guys who are good. Who are the more guys that are good? Yes, this is my point. This is spot on right here. Everton is a top 6-8 team. Exactly. And it's his first season. You man are wilding in that. You lot are crazy. I don't know what you lot are talking about. If you lot think Everton are clear of Leicester, I don't know what else. I don't know what to tell you in that. West Ham maybe, but yeah, cut it out. Everton are where they're supposed to be, bar a place. So let's say they're better than West Ham, so they should be 7th. They're in 8th, and they're 2 points off 7th. My whole point is they're where they're supposed to be. If they finish 8th or 7th this season, that's a good season. And then next season, you build on it. And then depending on who Ancelotti brings in. Leicester finished 5th last season. Like, they should be competing for the top 4. They finished 5th last season and then improved their squad. West Ham are having a very good season. I don't think West Ham will finish in the top 4, though. Yeah, but you lot are crazy. Big on my big bro, AV8. Big on my bro, AV8. No one thought United were title challengers at the start of the season, yet you still blame the manager. Here's where you're wrong, though. I've already said we have a squad to challenge. I said that at the start of the season. Go back and look. Do your due diligence, Devante, and go look at old videos where I said this. We have a squad to challenge. I said this before the start of the season started. This is why I'm so critical of the manager. But you only edited it, so it makes sense of that. That's your guy. Here we go. Zana says Rodriguez, yes. Allen, yes. Allen don't start ahead of Ndidi and Tielemans. Richarlison. Yeah, Richarlison, I'll give you. Keane, no. Mina, no. Digne, yes. Holmes, no. Decore, no. Bernard, no. Coleman, no. Do you know who Leicester have at fullback? And you're saying Coleman. Better than Fofana. And Justin. Really? 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 Man, are wilding than that. None of them. Keane, Terry Mina are not better than Sionchi or Johnny Evans. No. Digne, I give you. Holmes, no. Decore is not better than Ndidi or Tielemans. So I'm not having it. Even Pereira and that. You lot are wilding, innit? You think Everton are clear of Leicester City? I don't know what to tell you in that. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, this is pretty much it. It's an okay team where they're supposed to be. They're where they're supposed to be. So that's what it is. You lot be wilding in that. I'm like, it's a mazel. Yeah, this is it. Digne, Hammers, maybe Godfrey. I'm not taking Allen over Ndidi and Tielemans. But Digne, Hammers, I'll give you. That's two. Maybe, but maybe. Wilding. I'm saying. You lot just, yeah. That's completely baffled my head, that. You know what I'm saying at that. Castagne, I always get them mixed up. Big up Reese. Castagne is not Fofana. I always get the two of them mixed up. That's my point. Castagne is better than Coleman. Yeah, and it is a problem. Problem with Everton is they keep losing to low-level opposition. Same way if you say you beat Sheffield United, West Brom, you'd be in a title race, they'd be top four. They'd be competing for it. But what I'm saying is they're where they're supposed to be. Manchester United are where they're not supposed to be. Allen and Tielemans is not debatable for me, innit? And I rate Allen highly. I spoke highly on him. So yeah, you are, and I love how you skipped off the Ollie thing, innit? You know what I'm saying? And that you can't catch me out. I'm very consistent with what I say. No, it's not. You trolling. Allen versus Tielemans, no, it's not. But you say you don't rate freaking Puyol, so you know we move. Everton are 7th or 8th with Spurs and Arsenal and them, man. And that's where they're supposed. My whole point is that's where they're supposed to be. Yeah, Pereira too. That's where they're supposed to be. If someone said at the start of the season Everton will finish 7th or 8th, that's a good season for them. So I don't get how Ancelotti can get slandered for that. Mad. Hey, this is the ManDem United podcast, people. So you know that's how this goes. Flawless Mbappe will be on the bench for the PSG versus City game, according to PSG French journalist. Unfortunate that, because he wasn't fit in the first leg, innit? But we'll soon find out. Yeah, so that's a fair point. So let's compare him to Ndidi. Allen's not better than Ndidi. So he doesn't get in their team. And I rate Allen very highly. Yeah, you lot just really be saying anything to say anything, innit? And I fuck with you lot, but Everton are not clear of Leicester and nobody agrees with that. I'm sorry. I've asked this question. I'm not slandering Ancelotti, but you can talk about Arsenal being 10th. Is that where they should be? If you look at the team, it could be argued. It could be argued. It's an argument to be had. With me and Stroh was literally debating this from a Third Eye View yesterday. Literally, like, their team isn't the best. They should be higher than 10th, though. They should be. When you have Lacazette, Saka, Aubameyang, like Odegaard, Martinelli, Tierney, Gabriel, Partey, you should be above 10th. With those players, you should be above 10th. Definitely. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. Decore's been injured. Hammers has been out, and they're still where they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Moyes finished top 4 with a worse squad at Everton, and he's a worse manager than Ancelotti. Ancelotti is a done. I expect better footy at least. He did that one time. He did that one time. He did it just the once. I'm saying in that. So let's not even try that. And then he came to Man, and that's his level as well. And Everton didn't play good football. But Everton did not play good football under Moyes. It was effective, but let's not act like they was playing saucy football. They had ballers though, like in Pienaar and that. It's basically his West Ham team now. He's replicated it and it works. Who is better in your opinion, West Ham or Everton? What do you mean? Who has the better team? You used to say Arsenal's core isn't good enough. That's a fair point. I'm just saying, are they the 10th worst team in the league though? I don't know. Yeah, this is my point. Considering the Prem as a top 6 and some of that is the big 6, or Everton being 7th or 8th is decent. Yes, they weren't supposed to crack into the top 6. I'm saying Leicester did it, but Leicester did it last season, so the expectations more on them. He's only a year into his project. Now, if this is 3 years' time and Ancelotti's still 7th or 8th, I'll be like, yeah, he failed. But currently, he's on course and on track. That is not a top 4 side. Not in the slightest is it a top. The Leicester one is, yeah. West Ham. Yeah, West Ham you could add. No, West Ham actually. No. That's too far still. But West Ham, I would say they have a better team than Everton, but it's debatable. Nah. We're not doing this. Emmanuel says Everton is a project, same way people to say the same for Ollie. Carlo too needs the same energy, give him time. Oh, no, I get what you're saying with that. Like, yeah. And Ollie's further along on his project, but you got man like Devante who are like still give him time, but want to butcher Ancelotti, who hasn't had the same resources, but make it make sense. Like, we complain about McTominay and Fred, but they have Tom Davies, Gordon, Andre Gomez, Richarlison, Michael Keane, Mina, Pickford. If Ollie had them players, Lord of mercy, that quality of play, we're having a different conversation. But we move. I ain't interested in playing better football, to be honest. Do you get results in that? That's from an entertainment stat too. Yeah, the league was much different when Moyes did that. Facts. It was. So do I. I expect a one-time top 4 with, and yes, he should get them top 4, but not in his first season. But should he get them top 4? That's the plan. This is why I keep saying they are where they are supposed to be. 7th, they're 8th, I think, in the table, I think. That's roundabout where they should be, 7th or 8th. That's their expectation. Have they lost games they shouldn't have? Of course. Could they be higher up the table? Yes, but you look at injuries. If James plays and Allen and Decore are all fit, maybe they do. Because I don't think James played yesterday, if I remember correctly. Let me double check that. Not yesterday. The last game they played. Let me double check that though. Here we go. Literally having a look at it now. And you lot get the likes up as well. We are on 49 likes. So please, let's get that up to 50. Please get that up to 50 likes. Keep sharing and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Very, very important that you do that. So yeah, they lost to Villa their last game. I'm just there looking at the lineups now. So yeah, James didn't play. Their front three supplying Calvert-Lewin is Iwobi, Sigurdsson, and Richarlison. That's bang average. That's average. I don't rate Richarlison, by the way, people. That's average. That's 7th or 8th in the league stuff. Then their back line is Coleman, Godfrey, Holgate, Digne, Pickford, and goal. That's roundabout where they should be, and you're bringing Bernard, Delph, and Joshua King off the bench. Yeah, Sicko Kiddo. Yeah, people are forgetting it's Carlos first. Yeah, like I want to give Ollie time, but you know, you defo like Ollie in that 100%. You're Ollie guy in that. Just say it, innit? Flawless. Who would you sign to improve your squad come the summer? And Didi, who we just spoke about, Varane, Sancho. In an ideal world, that's it. In an ideal world, whether that's true or I don't know. Yeah, this is a fact. If Carlo had United's team, he would be challenging. I agree. I think any manager is. Yeah, man. Devante is Ollie in that. See, so what? Everton are what? 9 points from top 4 with 5 games to go. That's decent. Nice from Flawless. We'll see if Ancelotti's taking his time to improve these Everton boys. I thought as a Donny would come sooner. Not with them guys. I just don't rate Richarlison either. But off Everton anyway. Flawless, do you think you should play your B team against Roma? Yes. Will we? No. Because Ollie going Ollie. And obviously I'll talk about this more so on Thursday's episode of ManDem United podcast. But Ollie's going Ollie in it. He's going to play a full strength team. Even though we didn't play against Liverpool because the game got postponed. Give these men a further rest. Give them a break. We're 6-2 up. Worst comes to worst, you just have all your big ones on the bench. And in the Europa League, you can make 5 subs. You can make 5 subs. So just have them on the bench. That's literally what it is. Have them on the bench just in case it's going wrong. But we should play and I'll get to a comment in a sec. Yeah, we should play a weakened side. A weakened side, therefore. Because we're 6-2 up. So I don't see the... But you know what? You know what Ollie's going to do, innit? He's going to play the full strength. Like, that's a perfect game to play Diallo, Donny, Juan Mato, Matic, Axel, Williams, Telles. All these type of players, Greenwood. Play these, man. Because Roma are awful. Aside from the fact United are 6-2 up, you're in the driving seat. All the pressure is on Roma. So we should play not a B team, but play the second string players. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Big bro, he says, Leicester have been Premier League champions, have shown more progression than Everton. What do you mean? I'm confused by this. I'm talking about this season solely. I'm talking about Leicester are just further along in their... They're further along. Ancelotti's only been here 1 season. Well, closing in on 1 season now. So I don't get that. Drizzy does big up for the super chat. He says, I'm praying for a PSG win. I need to banter Man City. We all do. Yeah. We all do. We all do, definitely. And big up for the super chat. Hopefully PSG do bits. But if Mbappe is not fit, it's going to be tough. But hopefully Neymar has his clutch moment in it. Hopefully this is a game where Neymar shows up and bags a hat-trick. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Free Donny, free Ahmad. Yeah, man, I want to see a weakened team. And like I said, I'll touch on this more so on Thursday's episode of ManDem United because it'll be before the game. But yeah, we should play a weakened side. Ollie won't, though. Give these men an extended break. Last time these men played was the home leg against Roma. We didn't play against Liverpool, which could be a blessing in disguise. So why not keep it moving? Why not keep it moving? Yeah, I know what Ancelotti did for you when there's the double over 100 goals. Most crucial sacking in our history. I'm just asking if he's on the decline from his incredible heights. I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, I'm talking about now. The job that he's doing now. People can talk about Ancelotti's past. They can't talk about now. I'm talking about now. I like what he's doing with Everton. As a football fan, I like what he's doing with Everton. As a Manchester United fan, I fear it. They're going to be a problem. Not only is it looking like they're going to get a new stadium, they're going to invest further in the squad. And if they get 3 players, the caliber of Decore, Allen, and James again, could be a problem. If they go and get a wide player who's the caliber of James, get a centre-back who's the caliber of Allen, and they get a full-back, for instance, who's a caliber of Decore, problem. And he can do that. We've seen how they've improved the squad. Like, they got James Rodriguez and Allen at Merseyside. It's mad. It's mad. So I'm talking about now. I'm fearful. And I respect him so much because he didn't have to do that. He could have retired and been calm. Could have retired and been absolutely calm. But here we are. Oh, I mean investment-wise, they signed and sold in order to progress in the league and Europe, etc. Yeah, and if they finish 7th, 8th, 7th will get you Europa League. That's good for them. Daniel, why the disrespect on Don Carlo? Because people like trolling in it. That's why. From when someone told me Everton's team's clear of Leicester's, I'm like, yeah, people are on a trolling thing. But we're open for conversation over here. I understand your perspective, by the way. Thank you for you explaining with context, despite I may disagree with you. Yeah, that's what I explained. Yeah. Yeah, man, because people are trying to disrespect the Don and that, but then we'll big up Moyes and Ollie and them things there. I'm like, yo, respect what people have done. Respect what people have done. Sicko Kiddo says, nah, we starting Pogba and Bruno, even if it's a second string team, and that's wrong, man. We're 6-2 up. Keep saying the same shit. We're 6-2 up. Don't do that. Don't do that. No need in it. No need whatsoever. And if they get Coutinho, that's my whole point. If they get a Coutinho, that changes everything. They're a problem. I'm worried. As a United fan, I'm concerned. I'm like, shit, they building something. And they invest in, and a new stadium, and there's a project being built, and they have a man who commands respect. I'm like, problem. Could be a problem. They could do a Leicester in a couple of years' time. I expect them to. But we move. Big up Charlie, who's in here, who says rent-free. Why? Because we want Manchester City to lose. When you lot were in Division 2, I wanted you lot to lose. I want all my rivals to lose, innit? So if that's rent-free, calm in it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I don't know what to tell you. Arsenal are in 9th or 10th, and I want them to lose. Leeds were in the Championship for however long. I was still checking Leeds were in the Championship for 10 years. I was still checking their results to make sure they lost. I don't like Newcastle. I like when they lose. But, you know, we move. Daniel says, oh, yeah, you lot get any further questions in you have regarding the protests, whether United should be docked points on the European Super League, the protests, or both? Let me know. This game's been cancelled might be a blessing in disguise because Rashi gets to rest fully for at least a week. Yeah, true. That's a fact. I hope so, and I hope he don't play them against Roma, but he will. I hate that Ollie's so stubborn. He's just not going to get the players he didn't ask for. I hate that Ollie's so stubborn. He's just not going to use players he didn't ask for, Donny and Diallo, even if that means we play with McTominay and Dan James, even if it costs us points and more fun. Here's my thing with that, though. Now, Newcastle's because of the whole when we had the running with them recently, you know, United, Newcastle and that, and the whole, we love it if we beat them, innit? I just never liked them since then. I'm petty, innit? I'm a petty individual. People know this. Like, when it comes to football, I'm petty, innit? If I could relegate City, Arsenal, Liverpool all tomorrow, I would. I was having, actually, the Nair Post podcast. Wait, was it the Nair Post podcast? No, from a Third Eye View. Yesterday, we was discussing this. Like, would you want to see Liverpool get relegated? And Jack, who was on, shout out to Jack, with special guest Stroll's done. And he was like, well, it would take away from the Premier League. And I'm like, nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. I hate that Ollie's so stubborn. He's just not going to use players he didn't ask for, Donny and Diallo, even if that means we play with McTominay and Dan James, even if it costs us points and ball fans. If that's happening, if that's what you're saying is true, kind of devil, and Ollie's being given players that he doesn't want, then they are setting you up to fail. Therefore, you should leave that job. Just from a moral standpoint. If I'm given a role and the people who have given me that role are not giving me all the tools, all the best tools I can to be successful at this job, you're trying to sabotage me. Because then my reputation takes a hit. And that's with anything. That's like me. I do this whole YouTube thing and someone invites me on their show and they're like, right, you have 30 seconds to answer every question. Well, you have 30 seconds to answer 2 questions. Right, I need more time. You're setting me up to fail. I would leave that situation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love how MB calls me a wallet on every single situation. AV ain't my big bro. He knows. You know what I'm saying? What I'm like. I'd relegate all these teams tomorrow. I dislike my rivals. I don't know why this is like a new concept. Not to you, AV8, because obviously you know what I'm like. Flawless, how do you feel when you saw that Welcome to Manchester Tevez sign? I thought they're disrespectful. Just part of football banter, innit? Was it disrespectful? Yeah, but I don't worry about what City do, innit? Type of shit. I'm like, yeah, it's disrespectful. That's it, and we keep it moving. Yo, you red man looking wild at less of that relegated talk. I'm just that hypothetical. I want City relegated. I didn't want them to come up when they came up all them years ago and that. Whoever they beat, Gillingham in the Division 1 playoff or what, can't stand them. And that goes for all our rivals. Flawless, did you see Sir Alex visiting the hotel that PSG stayed in? Maybe he was giving Poch tactics on how to beat City. Maybe. Pogba, best French player of all time. Maybe I would say, and it's my opinion, and it would be because of my generation, Zidane. No disagreement. Zidane probably is the best French player of our generation. Probably. Flawless. How did you feel when United didn't manage to keep Tevez? Not happy, because he was a good player. Because he was a great player for us. So yeah, unhappy. Because you don't want to lose a player of that caliber. Forget about him going to Manchester City. I just didn't want to lose a player of that caliber. So yeah, not happy. Not happy about it. Where we at? Rate your season out of 10 if you win the Europa League and finish second. 6? 6 out of 10. Because if someone would have said, yes, context matters, but if someone says at the start of the season, right, United will finish second and win the Europa League, that means we went out at the Champions League and that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'd say a 6. If we don't win the Europa League and finish second, 5. Actually, no, it would probably be worse because we lost. We went out of 2 European competitions. We should win the Europa League. If we don't win it, the manager has to be held accountable because we have the best side in there. So we should win it. Don K says, Ollie is a caretaker manager at best. Caretakers don't get to choose players. Pretty sure he doesn't choose the first 11. Wow, you don't think he chooses the first 11? Mad. That's crazy. Flawless, a disclaimer for the chat when I call you a wallet is a joke thing. Yeah, people, just letting you know, yeah, MB is funny and that's why I was laughing. I forget that there's people who here are new. Yes, me and MB are always going back and forth on this, innit? So he's joking and that. Just clearing that up for the chat, people. That's so true, Flawless. Ollie clearly getting fed up of players he don't want, yet he will stay there and compromise his principles in order for the selfish dream of winning at least one cup as a Manchester United player. I disagree with the point that he's not getting players, he's getting players he don't want. I don't think that's true. I think that's just an excuse people make. I think that's an excuse. I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's a good thing to play McTominay and James over better players to suit your own stubborn agenda. We literally could have won the league this season if we played our best players. It would have improved our chances of winning the league. Yes. Henry and Platini clear of Pogba still. Never seen Platini play. In terms of Henry, I wouldn't disagree if someone said he's the best. For me, it's Zidane. But Henry is... They've had so many great French players. Vieira, one of my favorites. He gets into my all-time Premier League 11. So that's how highly I rate Vieira. So there's loads. Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney, where do you rank them amongst trios partnerships to have played football for United? Second to York and Cole. Second to York, Cole, Sheringham, second to York, Cole, Ollie, Sheringham. It's only second to that in terms of attacking partnerships. And we've had some great ones, but Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney was different. Daniel says, big up Flawless. Big up to you. Where we at? Idris says, most bookies had us 5th, 6th. Most bookies had us 5th. 6 out of 10 Flawless. Come on, no one had us finishing second, but this is why context matters. Did I have us finishing second originally at the start of the season? No. City are better than us. Liverpool, there was Chelsea. They're the 3 that stick out. City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I wouldn't say Arsenal were clear of us. Spurs, we finished above Leicester because we finished 4th last season. So we finished behind City. We finished behind Liverpool. Did we finish 3rd? Where did United finish last season? I swear we finished 3rd. Yeah, we did finish 3rd. I'm tripping. So how is me thinking finishing? So 3rd again? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. 3rd. I was like, yeah, 3rd. Liverpool had a terrible season. Chelsea had a terrible... Liverpool fell off a cliff, had one of the worst defenses of a Premier League title. Chelsea sacked their manager. Arsenal are nowhere to be seen per Arsenal. Arsenal just Arsenal, and Spurs sacked their manager. So second is about right. We have one of the best squads in the Premier League, and we don't utilize it to the fullest. There's a reason we were in a title race. And I put title race in quotations because, yes, we were legitimately in a title race at one point. But do I believe we could win it? No. So I'm saying 6 out of 10 if we win the Europa League and finish second. Because that's where we should be. We should even be in the Europa League, actually. That's more Europa League tax. How do you feel about Fergie leaving Berbatov out of the squad for the Champions League final? Which Champions League final was it? Which one was it? Which one was it? I'm just trying to not miss any of your comments. I give this season 4 out of 10 with context, but 5 out of 10 probably if we win the Europa League in second. Makes me think about the other 3 comps we messed up in despite the league. And yes, league positions and cup competitions, especially lesser ones like a Europa League, a FA Cup, or a League Cup, don't tell the full story. And that's my issue as well. They don't tell the full story. Now, football's awful. We should have been in a legitimate title race. We had a chance to win a league title this season, and we messed up horribly. Where we at? Just don't want to miss any. You got any further questions you lot get in before I leave? I'm going to close out the show shortly. Joint third, so we finished third. All right. Yeah, we came third, but look at all the predictions. No way folks had us being ahead of Chelsea. Yes, at the time. But my point is, Chelsea were off. Put it this way. If Ollie stays and we have the summer we think we have, and Tuchel stays, we don't finish above Chelsea. That's not predicted. No one had us ahead of Chelsea, no. So fourth would have been about right, but Chelsea had a terrible season and we capitalized on that. Chelsea and Liverpool both had terrible seasons. That's why Liverpool, their season was over in mid-April, and Chelsea sacked their manager. So that's why context matters. Things change during the season. So the prediction I had at the start of the season will change. Same way if City had a terrible season, even though they have a better squad and a better manager, we should finish above them. Yeah, there's a context for every season ever. If Ollie betters things, no matter what, we must rate it. No, you must rate it. I'm not rating it. I'm not rating going out of the Champions League in the manner in which we did. I'm not rating winning a the second tier European competition. I'm not rating the fact that we should have been in a Premier League title race and we wasn't. I'm not rating the fact that we've dropped silly points and should be closer to Manchester City. So now you can rate it, Idris. Cool. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That we stuff, no. I know we were talking about French players, but that's you. That's you. Flawless for the Hall of Fame thing. If you could put 5 United players in there, who would they be? That's tough. Cantona's got to go in. Giggs has to go in. Keane has to go in. Scholes has to go in. Cole has to go in. That's my 5. Well, if someone disputed that, I'd be like, fair enough. That's fair enough. I would be like, if someone said a different 5, cool. But for me, Cantona for obvious reasons. Paul Scholes, obvious reasons. Roy Keane, obvious reasons. Andy Cole, obvious reasons. Who did I say? Wait, I said Cantona, Cole, Keane, Scholes, and yeah, Giggs for obvious reasons. Third level on points with Chelsea, but then we spent 200 million. Yeah, exactly. And then when you spend that 200 million and the manager didn't deliver, you sacked him. That's how it goes. He was held accountable. What about Pogba being played injured with C19? Who's C19? Who's C19? What do you mean? Pampering your title race. What do you mean? It's not even a mercy thing. It's that people will defend him and that he's not doing a good job. Let's stop pussyfooting around it. Excuse the language and that. He's not doing a good job. He's been here 3 years and he's not doing a good job. We was top of the table and nobody took us seriously. Oh, C19 COVID. My mind's gone. You know what? Because I'm so used to footballers, I was thinking, what player begins with a C and has 19 on his back? My apologies, innit? Love to you lot for that. Little jokes for you lot. You can tell I'm doing shows by myself. And it's not a mercy thing. It's like we was top of the league and nobody thought we could win it. I could not find one, actually. Who thought we could win it? Jeremiah. That was the only United fan that I know personally or know on YouTube who said, yeah, United can win this league. We were top of the league. We were top of the table by 3 points. That's never happened in history with Manchester United. Never has that happened ever in the history has that happened. If we had Ancelotti and United were 3 points clear at the top of the table, we're being taken seriously as title contenders. People seeing us as a joke. I said it on every show I was on. United at the top of the table. I'm gonna ride this shit till the wheels fall off. Do I believe we can win a title? No, I'm gonna run jokes and run agendas and all them type of things and say 21 and 21. Nobody genuinely believed we could win the league title. And that's because of the manager, because it wasn't the players. But you know, so it's not even a mercy to an AVA. You know this, that's my big bro, by the way, people. You know this big bro as well. You didn't think we could win the league title. Me and you had many discussions. You had no faith in this guy. And you're much more lenient on him than I am. Because he's not good enough. I don't get what people like is mad. Yeah, this is a prime example. I can't believe Devante's here making a great point. Man played Pogba just after COVID, and he had COVID. I know people in my personal life who had COVID and still had effects of it, even though they recovered months later. Yeah. Again, context. First season, he gets a pass. Now, if Ancelotti's doing this 3-4 years down the line, doesn't get a pass. I'm glad that you lot like the COVID jokes. Where we at? What did I miss? I can see you lot. Idris is saying the manager over the players. What do you mean by that? Clarify further what that is. Tell them again, Flawless. United fans haven't seen a change in style of play, no direction, pure freestyle. Point exactly. It's mad. Yes, he is. Where we at? So yeah, please clarify when you say the manager over the players. Let me know what you mean by that. Sicko Kiddo says, for me, second and a Champions League qualifier knockout is better than winning the Europa League in second. My point exactly. Because then the players get experience in a European knockout tie, and going out in a European knockout tie can then help you. Fergie spoke on this when United first got into the Champions League and we was getting knocked out like in the early 90s, how you learn and you grow, and then eventually we got to 99 and we won it. Arsenal went through it where they was getting knocked out early and they didn't win it, but they got to a final. Chelsea, before they won it in 2012, I think it was, before they won it that year, they've been in knockout ties. Like, experience helps you in them pressure situations. It helps you. So yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad. Mad. Hey, you lot stop beefing in the comments as well and that. You know what I'm saying? You lot stop beefing. I believe we are the main reason he is the main reason we are doing decent. The players are poor. Without him, we'd be third at best. Also, you don't rate the players. All right, fair enough then. I disagree in it. So you don't rate. So let me get this clear. You don't rate Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani, Donny, Shaw, Bissaka. Let me know who you do and don't rate in it. And don't pick out one of the players I just named to rate. Like, please let me know in it. Out of like our first 11, McTominay and Fred, I give you as a layup. Maguire and Lindelof, I give you as a layup. Who don't you rate though? Out of the players, more so our attacking players that actually play. So forget Dan James, who Ollie signed, by the way. So if the players are poor, who's to blame for that? Because a lot of them are Ollie signings and Ollie's guys. So please let me know. This is very interesting. What's the lowest rating a United manager to keep his job, in your opinion, out of 10? What did you mean the season? So if you asked me to rate their season out of 10, what would it be for me to be them knocked out? Anything below a 5, because a 5 is below average. So if I'm here saying 5 or below, that means you had an average season and you shouldn't be. With the tools you have at your disposal, Manchester United should not be having an average season. Do we have the best of the best? No. But again, like it's not Cool 123. I don't want to get his name wrong in that. Yeah, Cool 123. Who's talking about the players not being good enough, but backing the manager, like, is what it is. Have you blocked Manchester United? Here we go. Have you blocked Manchester United on Twitter and all socials? Her Flawless. Here's the thing. I never follow Manchester United on all socials. Why would I follow United? I'm unsure at the point you're trying to get in it, like out here. Flawless, you talking to Ollie on the burner? Nah, I'm not. Nah, he doesn't rate the guys who kick ball in it. If you're Ollie in, I believe your Glazers in because you support someone who's still going along with the circumstances just because you're on a payroll, you decided to start with them. That's a fair point. Still. It's a fair point. Yeah, man, I have to say, you might stop beefing in the chat. Say it, I do. Like, let's keep it like you see me going back and forth with people and that, and it never gets personal on that. Never, ever. Even my big bro AV8 be on here, someone I could get personal with, even though he beat me up. I won't, you get me? We just talking football, you get what I'm saying? And so, Mesway says, big ups. Big up to you, Mesway. Flawless, a lot of the fans have adopted the underdog complex that Ollie has instilled, for fuck's sake, which is why they think our squad is poor. Because our squad's not poor. Our squad is not. We have one of the better squads in the league. Is it the best? No. But we have a better squad. Our squad is better than the Liverpool squad that won the league last year. It's better than the Liverpool squad that won the Champions League the year before that. Argue that. Squad. First 11s, yeah. First 11, they're clear. Squad, we washed them. As a squad, we are clear. And you can see the deficiencies now they have injuries. Cool, I'll give you Alisson top quality goalkeeper. We're now seeing without the system in place how poor of a fullback Trent is defensively. Robertson's not had a good season. Van Dijk's not there. Their centre-backs minus Van Dijk aren't that good. Gomez is decent, even though Ryan's always trashing him. Gomez is decent, I'll give you that. Matip's decent. But Gomez, let me clear this up. Gomez or Matip are not Premier League winners quality. Like if United signed one of those two, we won't be like, right, we're ready for a title charge. Midfield, I give you Fabinho, I think is world class. Henderson's good, but again, not Premier League. You don't sign Henderson and go, all right, we're going to win the league right now. They brought in Thiago, who's not hit the heights. Ox, decent. Keita, decent. Who else they got? Ronaldo, okay. See what I'm saying? They have a number 9 who doesn't score goals in Firmino. Mane and Salah are incredible. They haven't been this season, but they're incredible. And then look at their bench. Who's on their bench? Origi, Shaqiri, the Ox, Keita, Nat Phillips. You get where I'm going with these people. But people will tell you, our squad is better than theirs that won the league. Their first 11's better than ours. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But our squad is better. I'm just saying I'm not saying we have a squad to win the Premier League. I'm saying we can compete. I'm not saying I expect us to win it. We can compete, though. Definitely. If you look, even in the Champions League, if you look at the teams that got into the first knockout round of the Champions League, we're good enough to compete with them. Where are you telling me we ain't as good as Borussia Mönchengladbach? Or a Porto? But people will, yeah. I think you said it right. Whoever said it about Ollie instilling this underdog mentality when we have one of the better teams in the league. We have one of the better first 11s and have one of the better squads. Who else is bringing a Cavani, a Donny, and a Pogba off the bench? Is there anyone apart from Manchester City who's doing that? Maybe Chelsea? Who's bringing that caliber of player off the bench? But yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. As Dan would say. Where are we at? There we go. Let's have a look. Flawless, were you in the stadium on Sunday? No, I was not in the stadium on Sunday. Nah, I wasn't. And Zane, stop hyping up people in the chat. Stop hyping up people in the chat. Flawless, what's going on with the likes of Jones, Matic, and Mato? Jones, we just haven't seen him because he's not good enough. Matic came on against Roma. And Mato, I think he was injured or something like that. Or did someone not pass in his family or something? Yeah, I swear someone. I hope I'm not wrong on that. Did one of his family members not pass away? So that's why he wasn't around either. Devante says, are the players not good enough to beat Istanbul and Leipzig to get through? There's also a mentality issue in the squad, but then there are also many who are inexperienced at the top level, even Bruno. That's my point. Devante, me and you should be able to manage Manchester United against Istanbul. A team that they're now 17th in the Turkish league, and that was their win against us was their first ever. Our squad is so dire. So you telling me you don't rate the players? Tell me tell me out of our attacking players who you don't rate. It's not dire. It's not dire. That is ridiculous. That's wrong. Like, we can all disagree, but our squad is not dire. No. You can say it's not the best, cool, but it's not dire. Definitely not dire. I disagree with that completely. And tell me, I asked you a question. Who don't you rate? Let me know. Yo, this is my point. Thank you, Flawless. His fans forget how Klopp won a league with a bang average squad. He should have had a proper time. Yes, we should have been in the race. This is my point. Yeah, this is always what Ollie and say. Our squad's not good enough. So who improved the squad then? This is why man's not answered the question, because this is now Ollie's team. Ollie's signed these man in it. Ollie brought in Cavani. Ollie constantly plays Rashford. Ollie constantly plays Pogba. Ollie brought in Bruno. Ollie rates Greenwood very highly. He bought Maguire. He bought Wan-Bissaka. He bought Telles. He brought Henderson back in. So that's what I want to know. Who don't you rate? And that falls on the manager then. It's Mazo. Hey, don't be asking no girl no questions in the comments as well. You get what I'm saying? No sexual shit is running in the comments in it. Like, you will be blocked. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, that's not running in that. Durante says, flawless, me and you need a show, man. Yeah, definitely, man. We're going to pattern something 100% in that. So, yeah. Don't be asking no girl nothing. Yeah, he had a family. Yeah. His mother passed. I just didn't want to get it wrong. That's what it is in that. I didn't want to get it wrong. That's what it is. So you lot, hey, relax, yo. You lot don't be harassing no females in the goddamn comments in it, because you will be blocked in that. You lot need to chill. You see this? Know what? Yeah. I have no time for you lot. Chatting beige. Sorry, people. People talking ish in the comments and that. That's all. That's all. Here we go. Foreman says, flawless, if we had a coach to work on our possession game as our counter-attack game is good, sort of defensive shapes and set pieces, we are competing. I hear you. I think we should be competing now. Not winning, but competing. Like, we should be in the second. I'm not even asking to win the Champions League. I'm saying we should get through the group stages. That's the bare minimum. Get through the goddamn, and then hope we get a favorable draw, and then we might end up in the semi-final. Yes. Yeah. I'm not having that. Like, I run jokes and we can run banter, but once you start talking ish to like my peoples in the comments and that no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Klopp is a bloody magician. Not many in the world could have done what he did. That's facts, but he utilized it to the fullest. What I'm concerned about with Ollie is that I don't see him trying to utilize what he has to the fullest. I've said this: if we attacked and whatever, man, you know what I'm saying, and that you ain't talking ish to my peoples. You lot don't try it, innit? Simple as that. My bad. Sorry, people. Yeah, couldn't have done what he did, but at least try and do that. That's literally what it is. At least try and do that. A man called me a white knight and I mean white, pun intended. You're just not trying ish to my peoples, innit? Talk football all you want, and like, cool. Go back and forth. Once it starts going personal, rap. Just letting everyone know that, and these lot know that. And you lot pull me up on that. Same way if I'm going at someone and I go overboard and I say something personal, I apologize and that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as I was saying as well, yeah, just utilize what you have. If Ollie was to attack, then I'd be like, cool. If Ollie went for it and actually used our attacking players, because our attack is better than our defense, and went for it and we fell short, I'd be like, you know what, cool. I'd be like, all right, we fell short because of the quality we have. We're not falling short because of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that, yo, you lot, yeah, just popping up, man. You lot really don't know how to talk to women, innit? Jesus Christ. But we move and that. Where we at? Someone said it. Zano said, this is spot on. Ollie can't utilize at all. Man needs quality to compensate his mediocrity. Yeah, that's it. That's literally what it is in that. That is bang on. I couldn't have said it better myself. Quality to compensate is, I'm going to use that. And Zanos, when you hear me use that, write in the comments that I got that from you because I might forget. But that is spot on. Ollie can't utilize at all, man. Needs quality to compensate. And this is why I criticize him so heavily. This is why. Because that's exactly what he does. A better manager gets more out of our side. Literally, that's what it is. So Keep it says, on a lighter note, flawless, your show with Coppish was lit, bro. Hopefully we get it again because the match didn't even go ahead. Yeah, big up to the Coppish gang. Big up to Callum. Big up to Drifty. Big up to the whole gang, you know what I'm saying? And that big up to Callum. Bring up Drifty. What's my man? Big up Matt as well. That's it. I almost forgot his name. But yeah, Zanos, of course, I got you as well. Flawless, a perfect transfer summer next year. I would like Rice Sancho and I ain't even gonna pronounce that name, but unload for Saeed. I hear you. I hear you. Flawless, man, take me for cotton on the Cub side, man. So have to let the Dragons fury on him to show them man ain't no mug. I hear you on that. I hear you. Ravi says, Flawless, you defo need to link up with Kopish again. Use man's linked up well. Yeah, Kopish are my peoples anyway. It's just a fact. Again, everyone's busy in it. That's literally what it is. Everyone be busy, but yeah, we probably do another one. Flawless, say you're doing a watch along later. No, I won't be doing a watch along later still. My stomach's rumbling, so I need to go in that. Man is hungry still. Ravi says, you never know what can happen next season. That is true. But we said that at the start of last season. I mean, the start of this season. And then the season before. And I'm up to here in it. I want to be wrong about the guy, but I don't see anything good happening in it. But that's just me. And we're at 67 likes, you know. Yo, get us to 70, please, people. Subscribe if you're new. Equally important is road to 3K for Sarcasm City TV also. Any more questions you got about Manchester United, please let me know. Yes, I agree. Copy Charlotte. They're my guys and that. They're my guys. Fuck with them heavy. Do you think Martial still has a future in this team? Yes. But it's last chance saloon with him this season coming. So he has to have a good season. But I'm a massive fan of his. With Ollie, he's trying to copy Sir Alex too much. Sir Alex wanted United to have pace, power, passion, and unpredictability 10 years ago. This is why he doesn't go for a system. I hear you to a point. I hear you. I get what you're saying. It seems, but it's like, yo, take bits and pieces from what Sir Alex did. Because Sir Alex was successful. So yes, utilize, but put your own spin on it. It's kind of like being a rapper. Like, all rappers are influenced. Like, I rap, you know what I mean? When I was a grime MC. I've been influenced by grime MCs I listen to, but I don't take their whole style. You know what I'm saying? And run with it. Like, all right, how does that work? How can I put my own spin on it type of shit? That type of thing. And Fergie had wavy coaches as well. Man had Steve McLaren. He had Brian Kidd. He had Carlos Queiroz. Like, he switched it up. Like, he was very much so. Very much so. Yeah. Nate MB says, Flawless shout out to Callum, aka Daniel Sturridge, and big up the real James, not Everton's one. Yeah, man, like Hammers. Yeah, man, Hammers my guy, and I need to link up with Hammers. It's been a minute. That's my peoples right there. I fucks with him. Heavy. 100%. 100%. See what's going on. Devante here says, Ollie's not good enough anyway. But I'm just talking about the principle of the matter. Nah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I get what you're saying, Devante. 100%. Right. Any more questions you lot get in? Because I'm like in the next 5 minutes or so. Next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to close out the show. Also, as well, people, don't forget, if you want to listen to this show or any other show on Sarcasm City TV as an audio podcast, it's available. So underneath the video in the description box, the link for the SoundCloud, link for the Spotify, link for the iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you type in Sarcasm City TV, it will pop up. So you can listen while you're cooking, while you're driving. Yeah, while you're cooking, while you're driving. Yeah, you might be at work, etc., whatever you want to do. And yeah, man, Mullenstein as well. And McLaren was good when he came in. We didn't lose a game for the rest of the season. Fun little fact. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. Flawless, who's your money on X or Saeed boxing match? Saeed, I gotta go with Saeed. I fuck with X. Big fan of his. You get what I'm saying? And that massive fan. Would love to work with him. But I gotta go with Saeed, man. Saeed, you get me? Gonna be bobbing and weaving in there in it. But I hope they do it. And it'd be great for charity as well. It'd be great fun. And there's no bad vibes between them two either. As Red United TV says, it's funny how someone who spent their career sitting on the bench analyzing the ups and being effective as a manager from the bench is mad flawless. Because not everyone who's a great manager is a great player, and not everyone who's a great player is a great manager. Zidane is one of those who's going into that box. But if you look at most of the great managers, they weren't great players most of the time. Yeah, hilarious, Umar. Flawless ahead of a baller from the championship called. Come on, man. You gotta do better than that. Leon Stiver says, can't you be on the undercard? No, I ain't boxing nobody. Are you mad? And ruining my pretty face for what? Nah, I ain't doing that. And then I'll have to get in shape and all them things. That's all long. That is all long. Devante says, Ollie got United doing an F64 one week and then a P110 the next. Yeah, big facts. Flawless, do you wish Ollie would utilize his subs more effectively? Yes. That's one of my biggest criticisms of him is like, yo, you got your bench, use it. Just use it. Nah, I couldn't do it, man. I'm too, like, Statman, my guy. Like, I know it's for charity. It would be for charity, but I can't do it. I can't put hands on my guy in it. Like, yeah. That's yeah. I couldn't do that. So you lot, nah, I couldn't. Statman, my guy in it. Flawless. Fergie hired class coaches to coach the style on the pitch. Ollie knows the blueprint. And that's the thing is, he knows the blueprint. So why don't you go get coaches to help you? If he had a competent number 2, I'd be less critical of him. But yeah, I don't get it. But yeah, switching lanes. Oh yeah, big up to Samson. Says big up to you. But anyway, people. Sorry, tactical water break. Back to what we originally spoke about. I love interacting with you lot as well, innit? Absolutely, like, you lot held down the show with me like this. And you lot stop trying to put this Flawless versus Statman that makes sense. I'm not putting hands on Statman, innit? I'm therefore not putting hands on Statman, like, no, innit? I couldn't do it to one of yous. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that to an MB or Zayn or something like that. Like, I'm just not aggressive like that. So yeah, I will give my predictions. Predictions for tonight. Come on, Poch. It depends on it. If Mbappe starts, different level. But I gotta go with my guy Poch and my guy Mbappe and Neymar and PSG. So I'm saying PSG go through on a Mazza. And Neymar turns up and has one of them iconic moments, like a hat trick or something like that, and puts PSG through. But yeah, back to the original point about the protest that happened on Sunday. And like I said, Flawless versus Statman, let's go. I swear, man, treads on you every time on Ranty Show. Yeah, man, we always just running jokes and that. Yeah, and Statman's not even an adult. You know what I'm saying? And that I can't. And even if he was the same age, like, no, I'm not. I wouldn't box Aaron, Saeed, none of them, man. Like, nah, man, innit? I can't. I just can't do it, innit? Can't swing punches at my guy. That's just me, though. I'm saying, and I know it's for charity, and I'm not criticizing Saeed and X for doing it. I'm just saying, I just can't. But yeah, as I was saying in it, because you lot are trying to run with this now like dickheads in it. Look at you lot. As I was saying, back to the original point, the protests. I'm all for the protests. We need to continue to protest. Get the Glazers out. Boycott the merchandise. Don't buy the merch. Unfollow them on all social medias if you have them. Unsubscribe from MUTV also. And again, about the protest, I'm with it. People out there singing about the Glazers. The only thing I don't, nobody should be physically hurt, number 1. Number 2, nothing should be damaged like sky cameras. And number 3, no flares should be thrown or anything like that. But as long as nobody's physically harmed and you're not putting anybody in physical danger, I'm with it. So what, they broke into the ground? I don't care. And I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying personally, I understand it. Would I personally do it? No, but I understand. These lot have been taking liberties for the longest. And at this point with the Glazers, I couldn't give a shit. Give them as much bad publicity as possible. So people broke into the ground, was on the pitch, took the corner flag out. So be it. So be it. You know what I'm saying? And that. Like, I'm not fussed on that. Like, yeah. At all in that. Red Talk is elite, definitely. It is elite. So that's my thoughts on it. But just remain safe, people. That's all I can say for any youngsters watching, or even any adults watching in that. Like, if you are protesting, protest, but don't physically harm anybody. Don't be dashing flares at people. Don't throw beer cans at people. I'm saying, don't break. I can't even say, don't break into the ground. But if you do, I'm saying I understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand. I get it. I personally wouldn't do it. But yeah, man, we got to get these Glazers out, people. I hope you lot have enjoyed the show as well. I hope you do. I'm so glad. Yeah, there was none of them handing on the pitch. All jokes aside, I'm running bants. I was not on the pitch. I'm not. Disgruntled blogger, you're late. Obviously, we're like an hour and 45 minutes in, but obviously run it back and you'll see the discussion. Again, people, I'm going to keep reiterating this. Let's get the numbers up on, not even the numbers up. Let's get the subscribers up if you are new, because I see new names here. I see new names. I see new faces. Please subscribe if you are new, if you enjoyed it, and come back. We can disagree all we want. Again, nobody ever take anything personal in it. Like, if I ever disagreeing with you lot, anybody that's in the comments, and you think I'm personally going at you, I will apologize in it, because that's not my aim. And that's why I never mentioned anything about you personally in it. And please keep it like that in the comments as well, people. Like, no beefing. Disagree on football all you want. That's cool in that. No need to go personal. No need in it. It's all jokes and banter and agendas, but then we can run jokes. But we can have serious talk as well. But yeah, we run agendas, clowning around. We run banter, etc. But I hope you lot have enjoyed the show. I'm saying, because I was going to get a guest, but then when Harris couldn't make it, I was like, you know what? Let me just run it by myself and see how it goes in that. I've been talking for an hour and 45. My throat's dry and that. You know what I'm saying? Great show, says Foreman. Big up. Big up Eddie. He says 71 likes. He also says top show, flawless. Keep growing, bro. Much appreciated. Big on my big bro, AV8 in the building. Yo, if you do break in, like I said, I'm not encouraging anybody to break in. I'm saying I understand though. Just don't my main point is don't harm anybody in it. Don't physically harm, assault anybody, and don't break like a Sky camera or BT camera or anything, because they're nothing to do with it. Well, yo, if you want to score more goals on the Emirates pitch than Aubameyang this season, yo, go for it, Zane. You know what I'm saying in that? And if you do break into the stadium, don't film yourself, people. Don't bait yourself up in it. That's what you call dry snitching on yourself. So if you are in the stadium, film it cool. Don't put it out on social media. Don't do that. NB says Flawless is the best heavyweight on YouTube. Much appreciated. Love for that, NB. Sakib says Flawless is Red Talk is elite. Red Talk is elite. Definitely. I seen Zane say as well, Sarcasm City TV, the numbers continue to grow. Yeah, man. I watched the Flawless and JV show 90 minutes from start to finish yesterday, and it flew by. Big up, Foreman. Obviously, we did that. That was a podcast, ManDem United special, talking about the protest. Bullet M says, big up, Flawless, my guy. Big up to you. Don Robbie gonna kick down the door at the Emirates. I hear you. Just gonna blogger says, show these people that we can protest without the media trying to portray football fans as thugs and hooligans. And that's another thing, because the media tried it. There was 10,000 people there. And you're going to talk about the actions of 100 or 150 or 200. No, talk about the majority. Any protest where there's that many people protesting anything, you're always going to get idiots. Same way when you go on a night out, for those that are old enough to have been on nights out. For those that are old enough to have been on nights out, you always get idiots in the club, idiots in the rave. Y'all them, man them of different ages all the time. But that doesn't mean you should stop going out. You just bypass them and keep it moving. Especially when people have been drinking as well. I bypass many people like that. I'm not in a drama and in a beef in it. Like, forget all that in it. I'm not about jokes, vibes, positivity in it. Like, life's hard enough as it is. Yes, I agree with Bullet M here when he says, salute to the chat. Davey St. Clair says, Flawless, do you play Apex Legends? No, I don't even know what Apex Legends is, to be honest. What is it? Before I go, let me know. I'm glad you lot really have enjoyed the show. If so, I might start doing some more one-on-one shows, like outside of ManDem United. If you lot enjoyed this, because I know Aaron does one-on-one shows and they go very well. Make sure you subscribe to my guy, Mr. Aaron United. That's my done right there. You already know. Sakib says free from school in 24 days. Yeah, man, everybody obviously getting back to normal. All football aside, I hope everybody's blessed as well. Regards to the lockdown, I know it was tough for a lot of people, so I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's getting back to normal. I hope everybody's peoples and families and loved ones and friends are all good. And you lot enjoy the Champions League as well. Enjoy the game tonight with Manchester City and PSG. Enjoy the Chelsea versus Real Madrid game tomorrow also. And we are back on the channel tomorrow, Agenda FC. And Aaron messaged me before I came on here about Cool, Calm and Collected. So that'll be making a return. But I don't know if it's due to be on Sarcasm City TV or Aaron's channel. We'll figure that out. Then Thursday, we're back, of course, ManDem United podcast at 4. And then we have the Roma versus Manchester United live watch along. And at the exact same time, Arsenal versus Villarreal. So Cam will be doing the Arsenal versus Villarreal. I'll be doing the Roma versus Manchester United watch along. So yeah, me too, watch along. So they go both live to the YouTube. And then the Arsenal one will go live on Periscope to Cam's Twitter. And the Roma versus United will go live to my Twitter. And they're both on Facebook as well. Flawless, if you like grind, check out TJ Sir Spyro and Spooky. Yeah, man, of course I know about Spyro and Spooky. Come on. Yeah, oh, you're talking about playing PS and Xbox. Yeah, man, I don't even play PS and Xbox no more like that still. But yo, big up to you lot. I hope you lot have enjoyed the show as well. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.